Party clearance recognition, Alpha 1.
Jolan True, Attackman Captains and Admirals, and welcome back to another Antares Shipyard video here on YouTube. This will be the third video in this series for the Independent Faction Pack, A Motley Fleet. Sitting here at the Captain's table, we have myself, David Montgomery from the Shipyard, linked to his channel here on YouTube in the description box below. Our newest permanent co-host here for the Captain's table, James Jonas, and our special guest host from Stars Modas here on YouTube. Again, description or channel link in the description box below. Kilo Dell. In this video, we're going to cover the crew that came with the Motley Fleet. You'll be able to find all of the time codes for the cards in the video description box below. And comment below who your favorite crew from this pack is, or what your favorite crew combo coming out of this pack, or just in general in the game is. We can also continue the conversation over on the Fremont Reformation Discord server. The link to join that will be below as well. We are going to be starting some open table nights over there starting on Wednesday. Not meant to be super competitive. Just meant to be a fun thing where you show up and play a game of Attack Wing over Tabletop Simulator. But please also consider helping us grow the channel here at Antares Shipyard by giving this video a thumbs up, and consider giving us a subscribe. That way you don't miss any of these subspace communications coming from the Antares Shipyard. Now, let's move on to the video. Computer, engage program. Captain?
Yeah, it was this car, they had 4 of each.
Yeah.
Alright.
4 ships, 4 captains.
Moving into
And I think a lot of the rest is like 3. I think there's like 3 talents, 3 crew, 3 weapons.
Something like that, yeah.
Retech.
Although I think technically there's a couple question marks thrown in that mess up the pattern.
Alright, so we're hitting our first crew upgrade. It is unique, Tarah, locked to an Andorian battlecruiser. Action, remove this card from play and target an opposing ship, range 1. Discard a captain card or an admiral card equipped to the target ship. It costs 5 points. Okay. Kilo, do you wanna lead off with Tarah?
Okay, she's a captain killer. She's, if I recall from the old reviews I used to watch, she's one of the only ways to kill an admiral.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So what comes to mind here is fix that range 1 using what is it? Ahura. She is locked to battlecruiser only, but the battlecruiser, as we covered in the video, is not a bad ship. And there's upgrades in this thing that can make it into a pretty nice ship. I mean, if battlecruisers aren't your favorite, then I mean it kind of sucks.
They are, but you know the Dominion one.
Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, you know,
No,
Andorian battlecruiser. Cards that I thought of when I was trying to think of what to pair it with was Vendorian Spy and Odo.
Yeah.
So you can copy essentially I think if you put them on a different ship, it would immediately kick them off the ship.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, okay. But either way, you could just
I don't
run.
know.
Either way, though, you could just run.
There's a decent chance that it might.
Yeah, that's
Either way, though, with the cost reduction, you could just run 3 battlecruisers.
Yeah, that's one of those open-ended questions that's we're waiting on the answer from Worf.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be too bad to run 3 battlecruisers. You just have to actually own 3 battlecruisers. And at that point, your whole build would be...
It isn't too difficult.
Mm-hmm. So I think she's pretty cool. If I'm running Andorians, I'm probably running her.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like her character in the show, so I might not actually run her just because of that. I do have a bias against certain cards. Like if I do not like the card, how it looks, or the character, then I don't run it. I mean, you don't get that on Utopia because it's just a blank image.
Yeah.
But thanks to Jerry, we get this here.
Yeah. So I think I could see her being used. I have played against her, and I think I could see some competitive players using her. Probably not all the time.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say because again we're talking range 1, so you have to be in close. And if you're in that close, you're either being attacked or running from getting attacked. And I mean,
Yeah.
well, let's David, is there anything you want to add to her?
What she's done is she's made me look at Sherlock data again. And
yes.
I want to give a shout out to Sherlock data as now the only card that can discard an ambassador.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
When the Sherlock data came out, he was the only card that could discard an admiral, and now he's the only card that can discard an ambassador.
How does Sherlock work?
You roll a die, and depending on what you roll, you get to do something, maybe.
It's gambling.
But if you roll a crit, you get to discard a card of your choice on the target ship.
Not specified.
Can you discard?
No.
No. Can you discard the movement reference card?
Sure.
Yeah.
And then the ship is no longer allowed to make moves.
Well, then you'd have to discard the dial.
But as far as Tarah goes, I don't understand the cost. I don't understand a lot about Tarah.
It is pretty pricey.
She's just so expensive, and I don't just mean the 5 points. I mean the action, the remove from play, the range 1.
Restriction.
Considering there's a infinite combo Cardassian that can do the same thing.
She makes me cry.
Well, Gol Madred, he's range 1 to 3.
Yeah.
He isn't admirals.
He is also
okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you discard a captain, and then they become an admiral, and then the admiral becomes the captain, and then you can discard the captain again.
Yeah, I say, at least in my mind, I would run this a lot more if you removed both cards from play.
Like that. Then there's no saving of whatever Tarah.
Because you can't save Tarah. You can't save Tarah.
Yeah.
You can save your generic captain. You can save your Calvin Hudson. You can save your Gen Con. You can save your whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Can't save an admiral, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think her biggest play is to discard an admiral.
I agree. You know, getting rid of Forrest is a big thing. Like, just imagine, like, a Borg sphere fleet with Forrest. You're getting rid of their ability to alter their... You're getting rid of their ability for a 45-degree angle.
Yeah. So maybe her best play is mission play or era play.
Yeah.
Because she just needs so much more to make her viable.
Yeah. Andorian pure, Enterprise pure, maybe Independent pure, but not really.
That's a tough sell with Born and...
I feel like the Vidians literally have better discard cards than she is.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And
I don't
even
know. Admiral discard is a big selling feature to me.
It is.
I mean, like, if you're building a big fleet out of Independence, you got all your followers of cons and everything you can choose. I mean, they're not great, but they're cheap. I mean, do you want to choose between her or, like, fielding another named ship as opposed to a generic?
Yeah. To be honest,
it's like a 5-point cost difference. You can get a named ship and a captain of your choosing.
If I was forced to run Tarah or Data, I would run Data.
Oh, yeah, Data.
Yeah.
He's fun.
I mean, like...
I guess...
There's a 1/4 chance that nothing happens. That's still better than range 1 plus the remove from play plus the restriction. Like, in Fremont, we did an OP where you had to run a Nog or a Tom Paris. It would take the slot, but you get it for free. You have to run Tarah or Data. Takes the slot, you get it for free. I'm running Data.
I guess it kind of depends on how close of a pilot you are. Like, if you are like a dog fighter in this game and getting into range 1 is not difficult for you, like
There's
maybe,
not
hey,
too
you're
many
running
ships to
Thomas
dogfight,
Riker. Hey, we've got that new Klingon ship though that can sense a echo. I'm still waiting for the Star Trek attack wing equivalent of Suterfell.
Of what? I'm sorry, I don't.
It's a X-wing pilot that can do.
Thanks for its sensor echoes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, okay. That's definitely been a want for a
That
while.
was like one of
With
the
any luck,
early
WizKids
ones.
will listen to the community.
Maybe. All right, so yeah, I think we brought up pretty good points. I didn't realize that Sherlock Data could even discard an ambassador, so that's an interesting
Yep.
interesting
Any
thought.
card.
I guess that only leaves the question as to whether the negotiations effect go with the ambassador card or not.
But that's for a different episode.
Yeah, that's for a Worf question to be answered.
It's for Scott.
Yeah. All right, so the next crew, unique, Michael Jonas, cost 3 points. Planning phase, place 2 time tokens on this card and target an opposing ship at range 1 to 2. The target ship cannot perform a maneuver with a speed greater than 2 this game round. Okay, so he is a very interesting card to play and build around. Kilo, how about you? Kilo, go ahead and start with this one.
Okay, I really actually love this guy. I actually use him a lot in my Voyager thematic fleets. He's a must in the Manchester group. He's a must include in any race. Whenever we're playing a race, to the point where I think we've almost banned him. But I would say just a quick. There's a lot of options you can use for him. Like, I mean, again, if you're using those range 1 cards that we don't like because they're only range 1, you use him on your ship to try and make sure they don't escape. A quick combo I'm going to bring attention to here is Tractor Beam and Cutting Beam from the Borg. That was a different Tractor Beam, but the Borg Tractor Beam and the Cutting Beam, because in those ones, the whole basis of your attack relies on keeping those guys close to your ship.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized now that Borg Tractor Beam might automatically already do that. I can't recall off the top of my head. Never mind, forget about this combo.
There is a Tractor Beam that would do that.
No. What I'm saying though is I'm saying is if you have a combo like Borg Tractor Beam where you need them to remain within a certain range of your ship, in order for it to work, then Michael Jonas can help keep the enemy ship within range. Because in order to fire that, Cutting Beam attack,
and Michael Jonas is still useful for a Tractor Beam Cutting Beam because it changes the maneuver. Oh no, it doesn't change the maneuver color. That's other ship. Forget what I'm
basically, if you're on a low, if you are flying a low skill Borg ship with Tractor Beam and Cutting Beam, you want Michael Jonas on it to keep them from flying away.
Yeah. All right, David, what do you have to add to Mr. Jonas?
I think that the independent Tractor Beam, and I'll be more specific than that, says action targeted opposing ship. The target ship treats all white maneuvers as red and all green maneuvers as white this game round. That has some good play. Maybe not on the same ship, but on another ship, just to slow down the whole fleet. The Kazon Tractor Beam is kind of interesting as well. And that says when a ship within range 1 of your ship reveals a maneuver with a number of 3 or higher. Before that ship moves, you may discard this card to subtract 2 from that maneuver's number. That one gets used a lot on a friendly ship, but I think there's some play to really slow down the entire enemy fleet. So you kind of got to pick and choose how you're going to do it, but Michael Jonas really is this kind of kink in the armor of messing with maneuvers and subverting expectations of what you can do with your with the maneuvers of your ships.
Yeah, for sure. James, is there anything you want to
Yeah,
add?
Michael Jonas hits Voyager where it hurts. Voyager doesn't have a 1 straight.
Yeah.
Michael Jonas hits the Prometheus where it hurts. You're stuck to a 1 straight, a 2 straight, and 2 banks. Michael Jonas plus Tractor Beam hits any ship where it hurts. There's a lot of stuff. I see a Verteron pull strap being brought out.
Yep.
Verteron pull strap plus Jonas is a great combo. I like that.
Pair him with Ezri. Use him every turn.
Pair him with Ezri. Pair him with Bashir. Pair him with... I don't care. Pair him with Kelvin Captain Kirk. He's still a good card.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely very underplayed in the groups out there.
When he came out, I saw him and one of his buddy crews, and I absolutely loved it. I wanted to run it in every fleet.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can get him to get ships entangled in Verteron pulse traps, so they can't get out of it. They keep getting aux powers. Pair that with the tractor beam, where all of a sudden now you're reducing their white maneuvers to a red maneuver, or their green maneuver to a white maneuver, and they're not getting rid of those auxes. It's just compounding the issue and making sure that they don't have actions later on. The other thing that came to mind is you can maybe get somebody stuck into some cloaked mines, the same Michael Jonas tractor beam combo. Making it so that they can't break free right away.
Put him on the Dauntless.
There you go.
With all the cloaked mines.
There you go.
Make him your captain. Make him the
Yeah.
captain of the Dauntless.
Put him on the Dauntless with 3 cloaked mines and a tractor beam.
4 cloaked mines. Oh yeah, 3 cloaked mines and a tractor beam, and him as captain.
Yep.
He'd be a skill 6 captain.
Man, this is horrible. I love it.
I mean, for 41 points, that's a little bit.
It's an investment. But...
I mean, yeah, definitely not an OP. That ship just
attack
blown
wing
up.
is an investment. So.
Very true.
We all know about spending too much money on things we like.
So yeah, I think Michael Jonas is probably the best crew card in the pack.
Yeah, or at least tied for first.
Yeah. Yeah. So all right, let's get the next crew out. Oh yes.
And my favorite.
All right, so the next crew, unique, is Teero Anaydis. Anaydis, yeah. Cost of 3, planning phase. Target a crew upgrade equipped to an opposing ship. Place 1 time token on the target crew upgrade. And that's range 1 to 2. In phase, target a crew upgrade with a time token on it equipped to the opposing ship, and add 1 time token to the target crew upgrade instead of removing 1 time token. So an interesting disruption card. James, why don't you go ahead?
I would love to. Let me see if I can't grab the card out of Independent stack. That's so weird.
Hold on. There you go.
There we go. Okay. So when we were reviewing the animated pack, I came up with an interesting combo that I immediately fell in love with and want to play. Yes. Which is running Harcourt Fenton Mud.
Some love
so you place the love crystal. I already went over this in the independent episode, but I'm going to reiterate it. You place the love crystal on 2 crew on an opposing ship. Then you Teero one of them, and you place a time token on both. Then during the end phase, you add a time token to both instead of taking one out. Then you run Odo. And instead, during the planning phase, you're placing 2 time tokens on each. and adding 2 additional instead of taking 1 off during the end phase. And then you place more and more love crystals with mud. And you just get a very, very mean combo.
Yeah. That was a fun combo that we had found during that video, that live stream. All right. David, do you have anything to add to Teero?
I've kind of mentioned Teero in some of the newer faction packs. I like him as just this little disruption piece, because as people find more ways to synergize with their crew, putting anything to gunk up the works is helpful to you. Attack Wing is this synergy combo game. And if you don't bring anything to disrupt what your opponent is doing, you're going to be in trouble. And Teero doesn't seem like a lot, but you don't always have to have a lot. And this
Teero can hit it.
Yeah, Teero does 2 things and does it very well. Putting a time token on at the start, and then making your opponent suffer just a little bit more for putting time tokens on their stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you put them there or they put them there.
Yeah.
So I don't have any combos or anything that goes there, and I know I'm failing the premise of the show, but I don't think Teero needs a whole lot to be good. I think you can just run Teero to mess up an opponent.
Teero can hit your opponent's quark, and then it can make you hurt. It can sting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only weakness that comes to mind to Teero at the moment is probably the new Bashir, where you can remove up to 2 time tokens.
Or Ezri, whenever a time token gets placed, you remove it. So Teero places one, Ezri gets rid of it. Teero adds another one, Ezri gets rid of it.
Yeah.
Which is why you put that stuff on Bashir or Ezri. Now, if you're running both on the same ship, you're out of luck. But then they've invested a lot on preventing that stuff, and fair
Just
play.
use it on other ships.
Yeah.
True. Kilo, do you have anything to add?
So, I don't think I've ever used Teero, but if I were, I would pair him with Biomolecular Torpedo, which is a weapon which can put 2 time tokens on a captain and each upgrade equipped to the defending ship if it hits.
Yeah.
So you hit them with that to make it hurt, shut everything on the ship down, and then use Teero to just pick and choose what things you want to stay offline.
Yeah, that's true.
Ship-wide systems failure.
Yeah, pretty much.
System failure. System failure.
So, yeah, Teero, he's a good card. I like Jonas just a little bit better, but Teero's definitely...
Certainly.
I gotta say, both of those cards are not my favorite pick for this pack.
I think in their own
I say Jonas comes in 3rd, in my opinion.
Yeah. Teero and Jonas, there are fleets where Teero is a million times better, and there are fleets where Jonas is a million times better.
Yeah.
They are both quite fine cards.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get the next card out.
Ah, yes.
All right, so we've got a Vidian crew here. Unique Motura. Cost of 2. Action. Discard this card and target an opposing ship. Discard 1 crew upgrade equipped to the target ship. This ship may perform a maneuver on its dial with a speed of 3 or less. If it does, it cannot attack this game round. It is range 1 to 2. All right, David, how about you start with Motura?
Get me out of here card. and that's about it. I guess there's some thematicism with the Vidian captain. So you can kind of be in that position where you're in there to disable a crew and then you move away and you're still not far enough out of position. So you're like, okay, I got to get out further. And I want to mess with a crew while I'm doing it.
Yep.
But I'm not a big fan, and I've never been a big fan of the whole premise of I'm going to do an extra maneuver and then I don't get my attack.
It's like the whole like Miles O'Brien, Jedzia Dax cards.
Yeah, I just the whole archetype rubs me the wrong way. I like that this at least gives me a gank while I'm at it.
Yeah.
So I can run double Vidian gank in a round. I can disable something. I can discard either the same card or something else. Hopefully something else. But yeah, I don't have great things for Motura.
Yeah. All right. James, anything to add?
I actually kind of like this card. I don't know why. Thomas Bender ran this in his Nationals fleet.
That he did.
And with Solok's Marauder. It's a pretty interesting combo.
Yeah,
do a 3 straight, a 4 straight, discard a crew, do a 3 straight. It's pretty nice. And just to be clear, even if you play Motura, you can still do a space station attack if you're playing obstacles.
Okay, well that's
so
something.
He doesn't eliminate everything, especially if you run him on a Romulan science vessel, which is already always doing a station attack, staying cloaked, extra 2 dice.
Yeah.
What's a station attack?
So in obstacles, there's a space station you can an obstacle you can place, which is a space station, which if you're within range 1 of it, you can perform a 3-die attack from the space station at any ship within range 1 to 2 of it.
Yep.
And that does not count as an attack from your ship, so your Romulan science vessel would stay cloaked, your Motura would stay legal.
Yep.
Yeah. And like Kilo was saying, in like a drive sort of thing, like when I was up at Portland, I mean I ran a Sutherland and I won, but you run Motura, you discard a crew, you do an extra maneuver. You can't attack, sure, but if you're doing an extra maneuver, everyone's behind you.
Yeah. That's true. Speaking of Kilo, do you have anything to add to Motura?
Yeah, I was actually going to bring up they're useful for racing ones. It's a good emergency card. Like, there are some cards in the game that you get that you may not use, but they're emergency cards. And I know that, I guess in the competitive circuit, you don't usually take those cards unless you know you can use them. And this is one where it's like, you can use it at any time, yeah, but like only if you'd only want to use it if you already weren't going to take the shot. I would say
Exactly.
it might, and in which case then it falls under the classification of like an emergency card that you may or may not use. I mean, technically you could lose your shot. One card I would say you might want to pair with this is the Ferengi Tactical Officer. It just came to mind while thinking about it. And it is not an action to use Tactical Officer, but what it is it's a runaway card. When you're in over your head, you run away. So again, you could put this on one of your ships that you do not dedicate to combat. And he lets you take up to a speed 4 straight if you are in a firing arc, and he's during the activation phase. So you could also use Motura to get another move out of that.
Yeah.
And you could just go zooming out of a danger zone. So it's like, I I don't know, maybe there was a shuttle combo you didn't see coming or something. And suddenly a ship you didn't think was dangerous is really dangerous. Or maybe you were, I don't know, flying the hunter ship. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't work. Because that one triggers. But maybe you're flying a ship that was cloaked, and somehow your cloaking device went down, and you have no shields, got no cloak, they're bearing down on you, and you just need to run away. So he's a good runaway card. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Data. So basically, Motura, Tactical Officer, put them together, and you've got yourself a very fast runaway card combo.
Right.
You're not going to shoot, but both cards wouldn't let you shoot anyway, so there's no penalty once you use one of them.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I think we pretty much covered what Motura does and what he's good at. So
He's also a 2-point card that you can use if you have a combo that requires you to discard one of your own cards. He's 2 points. You may not use them, so you can throw them away.
yeah, airlock him. All right,